Hello, divine beings. My name is D Apollo Chi, they, them pronouns, and it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on this here YouTube. But it's time. It's time. So, as always, opening up the sacred space, setting the intention that I am a clear channel of the highest truth, rooted in the highest love for the highest good of all, for the healing, activation, transformation, for the collective today. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Thank you, spiritual team, for helping me remain in energetic integrity as I channel that which is of the highest truth. All right, y'all. Before I even begin, I'm feeling, parts of me is feeling unsure, parts of me is feeling nervous to be back after so long. These past couple of months have been really difficult for me. And while I've learned a lot, I was going to say lost a lot, but I think a better way of phrasing it is uncovered a lot. And it's been painful. I have been going through yet another spiritual awakening process. We awaken many times, right? The spiritual ascension process comes in levels, and so I've been going through many things that I'll share, some of which I'll share, some of which I won't. An ego death, another one. This is like my 4th one, y'all. And this one really had me looking and cleaning out the corners. There were some corners I thought I had cleansed, that I thought I had gone through, and then they were like, no, you gotta do it again. You gotta revisit that cycle. You gotta revisit that wound. You gotta revisit that part of your childhood, of your past. You gotta revisit it. And there were many times where I felt very dismayed, like, how often am I going to have to go through this same cycle over and over again? But that is the process of mastering, of mastery, not only just of self, but of the lessons that we've come here to learn within our beings as we are divine, right? And this whole process is about evolution. And so today I want to really talk about the beauty of failure. When you embark on a healing and spiritual journey, and when that journey is about to come to an end, you have to fail many, many times. When the end of the journey is the embodiment of your true self, of the authentic core frequency that you originate, that you came here to embody, this unique aspect of source that you are as soul, we're going to fail many times in terms of getting that frequency right, because it is a frequency, it is a charge that we are meant to embody and align to perfectly. And so as we heal, as we release, and as we ascend to come into union with our higher selves, there is failure. As we come into union with the truth of who we are and what we are meant to do and be in this world, there is failure. And so I have faced many failures these past few months. And I've had to sit with that failure. And it's not the first time. Failure is not the first time, right? We all have failed in some aspect, in some way. In fact, we fail since we are children, right? A child learns to walk, a child learns to sit up, a child learns to speak by failing. And it reminds me of the phrase that I remember so clearly from elementary school. I was probably like in the 2nd grade. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Try again. Because the trying process is part of the way in which we gain strength while also moving through the lesson. See, the beauty of failure is the learning of how we move in that lesson, in that space, in that healing. It is the unfolding of the aspect of ourselves that we may not have seen otherwise. As we learn, we uncover D in Igbo language means master. We master. And so the beauty of failure is the opportunity to learn what we are made of, to see and gain resilience in the process of our evolution, in the process of our healing. And so when I was being guided to go back into the past and all these things were uncovered about my own family and the black magic and the ways in which people were trying to keep me down, it got to me. It did. I am a human being. No matter where my soul originates from, no matter how spiritually advanced I am, no matter what I master or don't master, at the end of the day, I'm human. And in my humanness, I was really being affected, allowing myself to be affected by these external energies and not taking my power back. And I realized that if I did not try again, if I did not put myself out there again, then that would have been the biggest failure, let alone the other failures. And that each and every one of us has a commitment to failing and trying again and again and again, especially when it comes to that which we desire on a soul level, and that is to be our true selves, to be our authentic selves, to experience that which doesn't make sense, but it's just there in our hearts, and we're just like, I want that. I want to be that. I want to experience that. And it doesn't have to, right? Spirituality isn't logical. It just is. It's a part of our soul, our being. So in the process of failure, we're learning. We're attaining skills and tools and knowledge on top of the strength and the resilience that we gain. You get knocked down, you get back again. And eventually you get knocked down so many times that your legs are so strong that if you try to get knocked down, you just stumble. And so thus your rock bottom begins to look differently than what it did when you first started. And so in many cases, I am at rock bottom right now. And this rock bottom is very different from my rock bottom 5 years ago, trust. Because 5 years ago, my rock bottom was suicidal. It was, we don't want to be here on this earth anymore. It was, let's end it. That was rock bottom for me. My rock bottom now is like, I'm not taking care of myself. I wasn't, we're on a up and up, in terms of the taking care of the self and being in my body. And I had to learn, I had to fail many times to figure out what did I need in this new space that I'm in my life. To allow myself to say, you know what? Okay. I thought I'd be somewhere different by now. And I accept I am where I am, and I'm going to try again. I'm going to allow myself to try again. Because I know what is meant for me. I know what is meant for me. It is not a knowing in rationality. It is a knowing from the soul. Because I am deeply and fully connected to my soul and to my authentic truth. So the beauty in failure lies in the lessons we gain along the way. We're often taught as adults that after a certain time you just give up. You give up on your dreams, you give up on your wishes, you give up on believing that you can heal fully, which it is possible. Very, very possible. In fact, your beliefs create your reality. So if you think and you believe that you can heal fully, you will, as long as you continue on the journey. And so we give up because we are frustrated, because we feel jaded, because we look around us and we don't see anyone else seeking the same things or embodying the same ways of being. And so we say, oh, that must not be for me. It must be delusion or illusion. And sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. But when you are connected to your soul and you're moving from a place of your higher self in alignment with that true essence of your being, it is not. The delusion then is that you are, I was going to say gypping yourself, but then I was like, wait, maybe that's offensive. Maybe that's offensive. You are deluding yourself that what you believe and know to be for you is not for you when it is true. When it is true. At the end of the day, when we choose to follow the path of unconditional love, and the expression of that in our lives, that will lead us on the path of truth and being in alignment to the life of our wildest dreams. This love, but we have to be brave and willing to try again, to get knocked down and try again, to fail and try again. Knowing that this is school, y'all. This is Earth school. The planet is a school. In this time in history, this time in our intergalactic history on this planet, we are in a unique period where the Earth is has ascended to fifth dimension. And we as a collective humanity are ascending to the fifth dimension, and the ways in which we are burning and working off karma is exponential in our lifetimes here. So what we can accomplish in this lifetime is also just as magnificent, just as magical. And it requires that we turn back to the truth, that mind, heart, soul coherence. Because our intuition comes from the part of our beings that our being that is of the soul, our intuition. And so we come onto this planet to learn lessons. And the only way we learn is through repetition and failure, is through making mistakes and then saying, so when I did that, this happened. So the next time, let me try it this way. Or I learned that in this situation, I act like this. And so let me focus on healing this aspect of myself. So on an energetic level, I'm no longer attracting that. It's all about failure. And it's all about wins. I forget where I learned this from. I read it somewhere where there was a parent, and the way they moved about their family is every time they were with their kids, each day they said, how did you fail today? So they celebrate the failures just as much as they celebrate the wins, because the failures that guide us to our wins. It is the failures that guide us to our wins. And each and every one of us are meant to be winning. Each and every one of us are meant to live the life of winning. And that life of winning is a life aligned to our soul desires. It is a life aligned to the original blueprint that we incarnated on this earth to live. But all this other junk, all the trauma, all the karmic cycles, the limiting beliefs, the pain, it's all in the way of us seeing that. And so we believe that when we fail, that it's not meant to be, when sometimes that failure is just a redirection. And sometimes the failure is a no. Trust me, you will know if the failure is a no. And sometimes the failure is a not now. Keep going. And so that's what I was getting these past couple of months. Not now. Keep going. And I was getting really frustrated, y'all. Very, very frustrated. Very frustrated. Because if I tell y'all the depth of spiritual and energetic work that I have done these past 4 years, and I was just really frustrated with still things not working out, me trying to move forward, me creating this whole business, not getting clients, like putting myself out there, like really doing all of the things without me understanding, rather remembering that if it's not working out and I know it's meant for me, it's because something better is meant to be. It meant that there's something going on behind the scenes that is being attended to that I can't see. And that's where the trust comes in. That's where the faith comes in. And I'm going to tell you, my faith was shaky. It was shaky. And it wasn't all my doing. You know, when we think of black magic, we think of people in a little circle casting spells against someone. Black magic, evil eye can also be someone praying against you, someone looking at you with such negativity that it penetrates your field, that energy penetrates your field. It can be a lack of spiritual hygiene that allows that energy to come in. Or being so overwhelmed by energies that you lack discernment to see the truth of the energies around you and the beings around you and the people around you and what they're bringing to you. And again, it takes failure to learn. To learn. And there are times when we learn and we get something maybe on the first or second try, but for the majority of the time, it's a learning process. And so here I am, trying again, putting myself out there again. Because one thing that I don't do, and I hope you don't too, is give up on yourself. Is give up on what you know is meant for you, no matter how difficult it is. It's to give up on those dreams that you know go deeper than anyone could ever know because they are yours alone. So learn to trust your intuition. Learn to trust where you are being guided. Because I know it will all work out as long as you keep on going. If at first you don't succeed, try again. There's a part of me that's feels really vulnerable right now. There's a part of me that feels like a failure. And there's also a part of me that's like, good. Because that is authenticity. To know that there are going to be parts of self as you move on this journey that are like, nah, no. Oh, this feels so uncomfortable. Oh, this feels so vulnerable. That feels so soft. It is in that softness, in the acknowledgement of those parts, that the other parts of ourselves, that is strong, that is fierce, that is unshakable, can come through and offer that love and nurturance, the compassion that it's okay to feel this way and keep going. Even if you need a rest, even if you need a break, even if you come back and you're feeling so unsure and shaky, keep going. Because what is on the other side is far greater than you can ever imagine. So I'm being called to end there. It's raining outside, y'all. That is how the energy of the air is cleansed. How this land get nurtured. And so, let my tears cleanse and nurture your being. I'm hearing to channel. So right now I'm going to channel the frequency of unconditional love. Tuomono aya natie yo akaya aya natie yo anaya kaya natie yo aya ye omono aya kaya yo 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 ya kaya natie ye o aya kaya ya no aya kaya yo aya naya tie o aya naya kaya yo aya kaya yo aya natie yo aya. Okay. You may feel activated from that. There may be emotions that come up within you, but just do know that that frequency was just meant to cleanse unconditional love, to cleanse the areas of your being right now that are stagnant. I'm seeing kind of like gray clouds of energy. I laugh because the rain analogy, perfect. Gray clouds of energy, and what's happening is that the energy is coming in, yeah, and it is literally raining golden healing light of unconditional love on those spaces to disrupt that energy pattern. And as it is disrupted, it is being cleared. And so when this energy releases, right, it's going to come up, it's going to bubble up in the form of tears. I'm hearing headaches for some. I'm hearing shakes and shivers for others. I'm hearing aches and pains for those of you who feel that in your body. So you're encouraged right now to to feel into it, to feel into that emotion, to feel into the spaces and places where you are being activated, because that is what is releasing. I'm hearing trauma from others, limiting to believe for others, and pain. Yeah. So with that, drink water with a little bit of salt, which will help move the energies more easily through your system. Salt will help to electrify your field. And we're at 70% water, so the more water you drink, the more you can cleanse more easily. And then do some movement if you can. If you're finding it hard, if you're feeling it, if you're feeling that, if you are feeling kind of staticky, and you're feeling this well of energy and you're finding it hard to release, then rocking back and forth, dancing, of course, will help. But any kind of movement that allows you to move in many directions at once. So rocking back and forth, doing circles or infinity loops with your with your chest. That's me releasing energy, because when I channel, I do that. That will be beneficial in this time to help you just move through that, y'all. I know it was short. It was short. And the frequency, that frequency is powerful. Unconditional love is one of the highest healing